So there's this guy on Twitter. He goes by the name of Krimbo. I think his official moniker is King Criminal. Oh no, sorry, that's his main Twitter account, but he goes by Krimbo. I don't want to talk about this stuff. Like, I don't like talking about this stuff. But this person in particular has been harassing me for years now. Like, just straight up harassing me for years. Like, actual harassment, you know? Just, he's obsessed. Like, obsessed. And it's really uncomfortable. And I try not to talk about him, you know? I think I only briefly mentioned him back in August, as just someone who is kind of constantly coming after me. And whatever, man. Like, I wasn't gonna talk about this, but whatever. We're gonna talk about it. Where to begin? So, it looks like back in August, he started, like, tweeting about me, you know? I don't know, man. I don't know what the guy's problem is. He's been tweeting about me for years. Like, he's been signal boosting everything, like Marina's said. Where to begin? Thank you for defending your fans, Taiga. Of course. I fucking love you guys. Basically, okay. I guess I'll start, like, where I clued in. I got notified that he made a post. Basically, he made a post insulting, like, my fans, basically. So here it is. He says, so it starts off when Headspaces, a viewer of ours, a regular in our chat. I guess if we go up here, it starts, I don't want to show too much because I think, yeah, there's some art there that I can't show because, Krimbo is an artist and he draws, like, on occasion, he draws, like, lolly porn, you know, and shadow porn and stuff like that. He participates in it. He will go from, like, being very anti, like, to being, well, it's okay as long as the character's age is canonically 18 plus. That's, like, I think the main cope he's going with right now. That's a whole can of worms in and of itself. It's not really relevant to what we're talking about. Headspaces basically confronts him on that, and this is during, like, the heat of, like, I'm dealing with my own shit, you know? I'm dealing with my own shit at the moment, but Krimbo decided to tweet out, you know what's more revolting about Taiga? That they whine and manipulate their simps, brackets you, into harassing everyone online. Taiga may suck, but you're fucking pathetic. I mean it. Get a life beyond white knighting for someone who does not give a shit about you. And I had an issue with that. Mostly because I think it's just inappropriate. Like, to be, like, this is an established VTuber in the industry, I guess, you know what I mean? I quote tweeted that post saying, basically, I quote tweeted, oh, and it looks like King Cringebo has privated this account. He's privated the account, just so nobody could see any of his posts. Would you believe it? But luckily, I've already got it archived, so. Anyway, I quote tweeted saying, you know, you continue to lie about me year after year when I don't even know you, to say I'm manipulating anyone to harass anyone online when you have made doing that exactly that. Your entire personality is utterly pathetic. And then I got a little heated and I added, go fuck yourself, Krimbo. You're a fucking parasite on this community and industry. And how fucking dare you insult my viewers? And honestly, in all honesty, posting something like this was kind of a mistake. Not because not because anything I said was wrong. He feeds off hate, 100%. He wants you to answer him. Yeah, and I'm in a mistake. I gave him the attention he wanted, and I guess that's why I'm making this post. And I don't think I realized that until I saw some of his posts this morning when he woke up, which, don't worry, I've also archived because I had a feeling he seemed like the type of guy to, you know, to delete everything and hide. at the first sign of trouble that he caused. And I want to be clear here. He caused this, right? So here he says, I'm manipulating everyone into harassing people online, and Taiga may suck, but you're fucking pathetic. He says shit like this. And then he posts shit like this. Taiga, I honestly forgot you existed. After this point, I'm gonna forget you exist again. And then he says, Taiga freaking out about an old response months ago, question mark. I don't know why you would need to lie, Krimbo. We can see right here, it was August 12th. So it was exactly 1 month on the dot, actually. It was pretty recent. It's pretty recent. That's why I'm responding to it. I only just saw it. I had a lot of things going on. And contrary to what you may believe, Krimbo, my entire content and existence online isn't drama. However, that does seem to be yours. Like, you have an entire alt account dedicated to basically just stirring shit, like, perpetually. And that's why I think he's rage baiting, right? Because I think he has to know that, like, deep down, I think he has to know he's the one spurring this on, like, escalating all of this year after year, month after month, week after week, constantly bringing me up when I'm not even talking about him, when he has no reason to talk about me. Like, I think he has to know deep down. So he says, Taiga freaking out about an old response months ago where I told one of his simps they were pathetic for bothering me on their behalf. I really couldn't care less about Taiga. And then he says, they're probably trying to drum up a new drama because they exist by being the victim. I literally haven't thought about them for months. Like, again, Krimbo, you made this tweet last month. Like, it's been a month on the dot. So, like, at the very least, you've thought about me, like, at least 4 weeks ago when you were making this post. Like, this is why I think it's rage bait, because I think this is just so far from, like, any truth that you could come to. That, like, I don't know, you could only be saying this if you were trying to rage bait. So I guess why I'm making this stream is, I want us as a community, to don't engage with this dude. I don't know what his problem is. All I know is that he was kind of like sucking off Marina for a couple years. He probably said and did a lot of shit while sucking off Marina, and he probably feels obligated to stand by it because to admit he was wrong would make him look bad for whatever reason. Whatever it is, I don't know. Don't engage with him. He's clearly just engagement baiting, rage baiting. He's genuinely like not worth it, you know? And the problem is every time we do engage with someone like this, they just claim that we're the ones starting the drama. You know what I mean? I never said anything about Krimbo, and yet a month ago he still felt comfortable tweeting shit like this out about me and say I'm revolting and that I'm manipulating people into harassing everyone online. Like, he's saying this stuff whether we engage or not. And it's really disingenuous. Like, cause he's the one, you know, he's the one who can't get my name out of his mouth, and then he's acting like, you know, me responding to him is somehow I'm the one causing the drama by responding to him calling me revolting and insulting my viewers a month ago just because I didn't see it right away. I don't know, to address the part about me playing the victim, Krimbo, I've been degraded for years, exiled, and most importantly, I've lost friends, due to the rhetoric that you and your whole clique have spewed about me. And then after everything, you know, you can't even treat me like a human being. It's beyond, like, wrong. It's evil, Krimbo. I don't know who you are. I don't know what I did to you, man. But dehumanizing me like the way you have been, the way you've been doing for years, isn't okay for anybody. For anybody. It's gross. You're a very uncomfortable individual, and I have no idea why people tolerate you doing what you're doing. but I hope you can disconnect, you know? Like, I feel like you need to get off the internet. Don't engage with him. Don't harass him. Don't say anything to him, because he's just gonna pretend like we cast the first stone and that we're responsible for harassing him somehow, despite the fact that he has been literally slandering me for years. One other thing I noticed, someone like talked about how I was okay with using she, her pronouns. And then I think Krimbo replied basically saying, you know, no matter what, I'll always respect your pronouns, you know, or basically he's not going to misgender me. He'll always respect my pronouns. And it's incredibly frustrating because he has utterly like dehumanized me in every other aspect of my life. He has demonized me, you know, in basically every way imaginable. So for him to say he respects my pronouns, but won't engage with me as if I'm a human being in any other aspect, it just feels like gross. It's weird. Like it feels like it feels like you're virtue signaling, Krimbo. It feels like you stand for nothing, and you're a terrible person, and you'll dehumanize me and demonize me every step of the way. But then, you know, you'll respect my pronouns though. Thank you, Krimbo. Thank you for respecting my pronouns, I guess, or whatever. I wish you could respect me in any other sense of the word. I wish you weren't such an incredibly uncomfortable individual to interact with. I wish that I could stop garnering the attention of men twice my age and stop being harassed by them on the internet. But for some reason I can't. And I've seen like pictures of Krimbo that he's posted. You're too old to be interacting with me, dude. You make me uncomfortable. You make me extremely uncomfortable. Like your vibe, your model, everything you say, everything you do, it's weird, man. So if you could respectfully stop slandering me and stop harassing me and stop when I respond to you talking about me, claiming that I'm the one stirring up drama, I would really appreciate it. And for my chat, if you guys could not engage with someone like this, I would really appreciate that as well. Because as much as I do appreciate it, he's just gonna twist it and lie and continue to act like we're somehow the ones who started the slander campaign, who are harassing him, and it's just not the case. But I think he knows that. I think he's fully aware of that fact, and I don't think he cares, you know? I think he's gonna say and do whatever he can to make it look like he is the victim in the situation, to make it look like he didn't cast the first stone. And he really just shouldn't be engaged with. He really just shouldn't be engaged with. And sorry, I have nothing against, like, you know, older individuals being in this community or whatever. I just have an issue when they choose to beef with people half their age. It's just uncomfortable, you know? It's weird. It gives me the ick, you know? The things Krimbo hates me for happened when I was a teenager. So Krimbo is beefing with a version of myself that no longer exists, hasn't existed for the last 5 years, and even when it did exist, I was a teenager, you know? And that makes me uncomfortable. It makes me uncomfortable that this dude is this obsessed with me years later. This guy has been slandering me and harassing me for years. He is the most uncomfortable individual. No, don't spam report Krimbo, guys. Don't say anything like that. Don't do that shit. We're above that. No. Krimbo, though, he has said that you should do that to others. Krimbo has encouraged people to mass report anyone who follows Rev Says Desu. Krimbo stands for nothing. Don't engage with him. He's not worth it. Yeah, I just want this dude to leave me alone. I want him to stop acting like anyone else is harassing anyone here except for him towards me. And I hope he disconnects and grows as a person and focuses on his art. Let's, put a fork in that and pretend it never happened. I hope this can be like the last we hear or have to talk about him. I want nothing to do with him. I wish he would keep my name out of his mouth. And then we could just be done. But for him to insult my fans was just going way too far. Please let us be free from drama. Fingers crossed, knocking on wood. No more drama. No more drama.